That intense and chaotic scene, Commander Kyle remained cool, calm, and collected as he gave commands to his officers. "Hold the line," he shouted over the roar. Of course, that day, the line was the seat of our American government. Despite the confusion and stress of the situation, observing Ray's leadership, protecting a place I cared so much about, was the most inspirational moment of my life.
This is complete farce. It's a distraction from all the other crap that's going on. And the Dell computers, these high-end gaming computers, can't be sold in several states. California, I believe Oregon, Washington State, Colorado, because of their consumption. Now, are they going to try and limit one's ability to mine to Bitcoin and get cryptocurrency? Is this part of the Green New Deal? And keep in mind, Roosevelt was a freaking messed up socialist too.
Shocked by the sheer number of people fighting us. As my police body-worn camera shows, thousands upon thousands of people seemingly determined to get past us by any means.
Thousands of thousands in a tunnel?
In an attempt to assist injured officers, Jimmy and as I don't have to tell the members in this room, standing shoulder to shoulder, maybe 4 or 5 abreast, using the weight of their bodies to hold back the onslaught of violent attackers. Many of these officers were injured, bleeding, and fatigued, but they continue to hold the line. As I don't have to tell the members in this room, the tunnel is a narrow and long hallway.
And from a tunnel with his body-worn camera, he saw thousands upon thousands. Thousands upon thousands. Freaking, see, this is where mythology comes from. Maybe.
Who repeatedly lunged for me and attempted to remove my firearm. I heard chanting from some in the crowd, "Get his gun," and kill him with his own gun. I was aware enough to recognize I was at risk of being stripped of and killed with my own firearm.
But luckily, this man, because if there was thousands upon thousands, then he must have held back hundreds of hundreds.
I was electrocuted again and again and again.
Electrocuted? Electrocuted? How was he electrocuted? Hold on, did I miss something here?
I heard chanting from some in the. They grabbed and stripped me of my radio. They seized ammunition that was secured to my body. They began to beat me with their fists and with what felt like hard metal objects. At one point, I came face to face with an attacker who repeatedly lunged for me and attempted to remove my firearm. I heard chanting from some in the crowd, "Get his gun," and kill him with his own gun. I was aware enough to recognize I was at risk of being stripped of and killed with my own firearm. I was electrocuted again and again and again with a taser. I'm sure.
Again and again. Oh, well, freaking. First off, the taser is only effective, like, maybe you get 2 good shots with it. I mean, maybe, that's pretty much for personal defense. They're good for, it's again. But those are weapons that you use on civilians. I mean, actually, usually you use freaking guns against people with knives instead of using a taser. Thomas A. Swift's electric rifle. Not a stun gun, like an actual taser. You can actually fire, that at someone, but instead you pull out your guns and shoot them. But you're calling a taser being fucking electrocuted? See, this is a complete freaking farce, man. Absolute fucking farce. Anyone that believes any of this crap is freaking naive. And it was allowed to happen. This whole event was allowed to happen. That's why there's only a select few on the committee. And Pelosi kicked off other people and stuff because no real tough questions could be asked. We all understand that, but I just want to point out that this motherfucking numbnuts is fucking, it's a complete fucking farce. They're all crying, oh, it's such a tragedy. Yeah, I'll show you a tragedy. I'll show you. Wow. I mean, did we just forget about all this? Did we forget about this?
I gotta hit. On the continuing news coming out of Minneapolis this evening, a growing group of protesters have gathered at the front of the Minneapolis 3rd Precinct. We'll give you a shot from Sky.
Protesters. These are protesters.
4, you can see the front of this building is on fire. We also know in the same area that the Maxit Pawn Shop, which is a much bigger building, is on fire. An activist group live streaming the riot says they have taken over this building. We're not sure how taken over.
Isn't that a federal building? Aren't police federal? I mean, they're definitely state employees. Just type in insurrectionist. Insurrectionist who brags about Capitol riot, seeks release from jail. Friggin', but, let's see. I mean, hold on a second. U.S. veterans arrested for a role in Capitol insurrection. I mean, we already see. I mean, like, that's the whole thing. I mean, anyone that can't see this is fucking. There's no hope for you. There really isn't. Take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong. I love you all.